Hello and welcome. Today I'd like to share a flip through of one of my Mermaid junk journals I just finished. They are both almost identical, so I'm just going to flip through one of them, and I promise that the differences are so slight in these two journals that you would never even notice unless I showed you the differences. So first of all, each one has a tassel and a charm that has some dangly pieces on it. It's hard to get this untangled a little bit from the, sorry, I thought I had it untangled from the tassel. And it's attached with a bulb pin, so it can be unattached, moved around. This is just tied with a piece of sari silk ribbon, which I do that on purpose so that you can take it off if you want to work on it and then put it back on, because it's just harder to me to work on something that has a lot of dangles on it. So here we go. The cover the book itself is about 9 inches tall, 6 inches across, and a 1.5-inch spine. It has 3 signatures, and the cover is fabric, inside and the inside and the outside. Whoa. All right, so here we go. Let me make sure I'm in focus in the right frame here. And so it has 3 signatures. It has a lot of vintage linen and lace pieces and fabric. Sorry, I think it's still too early in the morning where I am. And I used 2 different kits. I used a variety of things actually, but 2 different main kits to decorate it. And so I'll list those down below, digital kits I mean, and then I used some other things. So I used a lot of different things for this one. Okay, so here's some things that I tucked in to the front, and it has a little piece of vintage paper and then a little piece from the kit, one of the kits that I used, that says Mermaid Song. I'll try to go through this a little bit quicker. I tend to start rambling when I do these flip throughs. Okay, so here is a little seahorse charm, and the first signature has a lot of little things tucked into different spots. This is actually a sticker. It's like a doily, but it's a sticker. This is a paper doily. The papers that I used are tea dyed. Some have inks like this one. I used inks that are permanent when dry, so this background shouldn't move around. Most of the paper, all of the papers and some of the pieces that are tucked, the little embellishments, are also permanent. Here's another little doily, a shell charm, and some other pieces. I really am not able to speak clearly today. Map page, little vintagey map page. A journal from 1952. This is some kind of a legal journal that I purchased recently, and I just love the paper and the way it looks. Some more little things tucked in. Excuse me. More from a Mermaid digital kit. I used some of my scrap paper that had anything to do with ocean and shells. And this is a little, sort of like a bookmark. It's paper clip there, so I won't take it off. And so part of a little doily thing. This is a file folder, and I put a piece of paper there, but it's not attached because, again, I just want to allow for flexibility. If you want to put something else in there, or if you're not, you can glue that in. Some sheet music, I don't know if I said that, with some tea dyeing fabric. Some more of that journal page. I sprayed it, if you couldn't tell. This is a belly band with a vintage piece in there that it's in German, so I don't really know what it is, but I thought it was cool looking. And more tea dyed and ink dyed papers. More of that linen. I think these were napkins that I cut up and put on here. Another little charm. Some more pieces here. This is a vintage game card piece. Another little charm. This is not a tuck spot. It's glued on there. After I did that, I thought I should have made it a tuck spot, but it has a lot anyway. Some of that packaging paper, I scrunched it up to make it look vintage, more vintage, and then just a little tuck spot with some little pieces in there. This is paper clipped, so you can take that off if you want and put it somewhere else. And this is some beautiful, I think it's called Pepin paper, P-E-P-I-N. They have some gorgeous papers, and I happen to have this one, so I thought it worked nicely here, from a book that I have about the beach or the ocean or something. Anyway, a vintagey kids book. It's called My Book House, it's called From My Book House, From the Tower Window. And it's, I don't know, it's a series that I think some of you might be familiar with. Anyway, here's a little pocket decorated with a CD, one of those CD sleeves, I think you call them. I noticed a lot of people using them recently, so I said, okay, I'm going to pull mine out and use them. Mine have different colors on them. They're not white, so I thought that color worked really nicely here. Another little ephemera pieces that are bobby pinned on there. And these are the back of those other pages. This is a little flip with a tuck spot behind it. And another little pocket, the shell book, and that brown paper. I didn't show that very well. And this is the end of that signature with a vintage, the copy of a vintage piece. There's another little charm and some pretty mermaidy ribbon and some more pieces. These are all copies of vintage pieces, by the way. There are only a couple of vintage things in here. This is some fabric that I tea dyed. I really can't talk today to make it look vintage, but it's not old. And some more pieces tucked in here. It's some score sheet music. I don't know what it's called. Another charm. Wow. This is a great video so far, isn't it? This is that tracing paper. I sprayed it with some blue permanent spray as well. Another little tuck pocket with a paper clip embellishment. Some cool paper. Purple dyed, ink dyed paper. Another file folder. Another belly band with some things tucked in. There's that crinkly paper. I love that noise. And here's another little piece. This is actually a sticker that you can put anywhere you want to. This opens up. Another little tuck spot. And we're getting close to the end. Tea dyed paper. And some more little pieces tucked in, and this is from a vintage book. I thought that looked nice, that color. And then the back has a little pocket, turtle charm, and more little pieces that I thought were really pretty. And that's that. Here's what the back looks like. And one thing I wanted to point out is this ribbon I used actually has a curve in it, so that was not a mistake, even though sometimes I do put things on kind of a little wonky, not on purpose, but it just works that way for me sometimes. But this one is that way. That's just the way the ribbon is, and so if that bothers you, I wanted to point it out. I think it looks nice still. This is glued a little bit, but it is sewed on all around, so it won't fall off. So that's it. Thanks for putting up with my craziness today. I hope you like these videos. I'll have links below on the kits that I used, a couple of them, and then also links to this journal in my Etsy shop. Thanks for watching and see you next time.